Me avisas si se miran. Me avisas, okay? All right. How's everybody doing? Raul Luna here. And as you can see, it's going to be a completely different live that you're used to. Today's live, ladies and gentlemen, it's about honoring my father. You know, for many of you, you may or may not know that my, lovely daddy passed away, a couple days ago. And it's as devastating as it is. I wanted it to come out here today and share some life lessons. So, for the next 2 to 3 days is literally going to be honoring my dad, honoring my father that, to me meant the world, meant the person that gave me lessons by example. And I want to honor him. I want to dedicate this time to him. So I want to invite you, and you're going to be seeing pictures, obviously, on the background. And feel free to be here with me or completely disconnect if this doesn't align with you. But, I wanted it to come here today, with the Luna fires and, sharing with you. And I'm going to be, I got 10 of them, but I'm going to be sharing 3 at a time. And I want to tell you this much. The Luna Fires episode 4 that I'm going to be sharing with you guys is nothing more than the examples that I saw from him. Now, before I actually share them, what I want to do is the following. It's basically just knowing. Well, let me actually hold on. Give me a second. I gotta loop it here because I think I didn't loop it. Give me a quick second. And what I want to be able to do is basically let you know the things that I've learned throughout the time. But at the same time, if you see that I, struggle, it's obviously, because it's tough times. But anyways, I know that I have to grow through them, and I have to obviously go by it. And we don't have nothing guaranteed in life other than the memories that we get to, create on a daily basis. So anyways, the best teacher in life is not the one that is going to tell you what to do. It's the one that lives life by their own teachings. And the same thing is true for the student. The best student on earth is not the one that is being told or that is waiting for their, mentor to be told everything that they need to do. The best student in life is the one that observes and applies what he or she is learning. And my life lessons that I learned from my father, not necessarily he told me one by one, but I observed very carefully. And even though I had him for a very short time, and I mean short time, it's 28 years that I had the opportunity to be with him. For the people that know me, they will understand that the only way that I was able to see my father was by actually working side by side with him. So that's why you're going to see pictures, you're going to see pictures. And I don't know if Mr. Ismail, can you check it? Because I don't think somehow it's actually stuck on some of them while this thing is actually going. Maybe I don't know if you can see it here.
I don't think that one's going.
Yeah, I know it's actually stuck. So I don't know if do you know what happened? Or maybe give me a second. Is it there? What could have happened? Anyways, I'm just gonna leave it there. That's fine. You could see, basically, ladies and gentlemen, you could see my dad on the back. You could see, obviously, me on the bottom picture. We had pictures that were supposed to be rotating, but nevertheless, that's fine. And there were some pictures of memory. But anyhow, you could see that the only way that I could be together with my dad was by going to work with him. So, a lot of things that I learned, in life was because, I saw him do, and I was following his path. I was doing what he was doing because that's the way that I had, the ability to be closer to him. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Just always remember that the best teacher is the one that leaves life with the same thing that he or she's teaching. And the best student is the one that observes and the one that actually goes out there and does it, not necessarily the one that is always waiting for what, to be told what to do. And, I'm just, I don't consider myself that I'm, more smarter than anybody else, other than I observed a lot. I heard a lot, and I saw a lot, and I just immediately put it into practice, and I basically got, obviously, an X result. So, today, tomorrow, and Sunday, it's going to be devoted honoring my father. And I want to go ahead and get you to Luna Fire number 1. And Luna Fire number 1 is that I saw with my dad. He was a reactive risk taker. And what is it by reactive risk taker? He crossed the border illegally, to give us a better life. And so he did. When he decided to come to America, it was a quick decision that he made. And he made it because he knew that if he actually stayed where he was, that the future wasn't going to be brighter. And, I'm so grateful and I'm so glad that, he came to America. He brought my mom, while my mom was basically pregnant. And, I was born here in San Francisco. I was born here in America. And I'm very grateful for that. Not only that, he also came to America because he wanted to buy a truck. He wanted it, he dreamed of a truck that, even though he worked extremely hard, he really never bought it. And I basically ended up having the honor and opportunity and the privilege to be able to buy him a brand new truck at the time, and just had the joy of paying it, obviously, cash. And the reason why I'm sharing this is because it's one of those times where you wanna give to them what they basically gave to you, or even what because not only he gave his life, he basically gave it all. So to me, it was nothing by being able to give him whatever I could. So that was Luna Fire number 1. Luna Fire number 2, he was a big time saver. I don't know where he learned it from, but I suspect that it was either something that he saw, that he learned, and that he picked up from maybe his parents. But he was extremely big time saver. Even though he wouldn't make he would make what, $3 an hour, $4 an hour, but he managed to give food and shelter to 6 kids, and he managed to save enough to pay his home full cash, in Richmond, California. So picture that for a moment. For an immigrant who basically came to America illegally, brought my mom illegally so that I could be born here, and yet big time saver, big time saver with 6 kids, always gave us food. He never said no, to whenever we were hungry or whenever we wanted to eat, he would always give us, food and a shelter. And yet he saved enough to pay his house in cash. At the time, it was he paid $100,000 for that house, Richmond, California, and oh boy, it was an easy one. So that was Luna Fire number 2. Luna Fire number 3, being on time, meant that you were late. Okay, so this is how he lived. Being on time, it meant that he was late, or that you were late. Being early meant that you were on time. I would see himself going literally to his job, to his work, and get there 1 hour early. And very often he would start 45 to 30 minutes before he was to clock in. No wonder why his bosses really, really, really liked him. We had the opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, that throughout real estate, he was, that he could retire. He retired, I think, back in 20, I think it was probably maybe 2010 or 20 something that he retired. But it was really off of, or a little bit earlier. As a matter of fact, no, let me take that back. I'm sorry. It was 2005 or 2006 when he actually was able to retire because of real estate. And I'm sharing this, as I said again, for the ones that are actually just connecting, this few next days are going to be in honor to my dad. So those are the 3 Luna fires, okay, of today. Reactive risk taker, big time saver. Being on time meant that you were late. Being early meant that you were on time. And those lessons, guess what? They were lessons that I saw, lessons that I had the opportunity to grow with, lessons that I implemented, especially the reactive risk taker, especially the big time saver, and being on time. I also implemented it, or basically being early, because as I was working for various companies, that's exactly what I did, because that's what I had at home. That's who I get to basically mirror and model, because that's who I had. So anyways, congratulations for being here with me today, and just wanted to share this, special moments, because I know that while he's not here, while he's resting in peace, I know he's watching. So thank you very much. And always remember to make your life matter by making sure that you're doing things with purpose, by empowering others, ladies and gentlemen. And I want to share something, because it's been hard. Yesterday I couldn't believe it. Wednesday I couldn't believe it, because I did have the opportunity to see him for the very last time. I did had an opportunity to give him water in his mouth. I did had an opportunity to tell him that I dearly love him, and that we were here for him. And yesterday was devastating, because as I went to sleep, for a very little moment, it was like, okay, while I was unconscious, I felt that nothing was missing. But the moment I woke up, I felt a void. And over, hundreds of messages that I've been getting. And as a matter of fact, I had only shared it with my main personal Facebook page. But today I decided, you know what? I'm just going to be as transparent as I'm going to be. If whoever likes it, they like it. If they don't like it, they don't like it. I'm just going to be as transparent as. So, but I want to give a big, in gratitude to my great friend, student, Mr. Ted Manahan, because, and I want to give thanks to every single person that took their time to obviously give me and share their condolences, and obviously to share their messages. But I want to read a message especially from Mr. Ted, because it was that message that gave me a little bit of peace, that allowed me to think, hey, Raul, don't just see, what you miss from your dad. Don't just see what could have been that is not. And I want to go ahead and read it to you, because, it hit me. And because it hit me, I went out and told him that how grateful and thankful I was. And he says, I'm sorry for your loss, Raul. Losing any loved one is really tough, but losing a parent is especially difficult. Your father raised a truly incredible person in you, a person who has enriched the lives of many others, and I'm without question in that privileged group. Your father made the world a better place. My sincerest sympathies. And all I can tell you is this. In honor of my dad, I agree with Mr. Ted, not because I need any more recognition, because I don't. It's because I truly believe his words, that it is due to my father that he brought me and put me into a very different environment, that he has made, the world better, because whatever I do, I know that it's in honor to him, and that all the glory, God deserves it, because God gave him ultimately the life and gave me the life. So thank you very much for being here with me today. Virtual hug from wherever you guys are, ladies and gentlemen. And all I can tell you is that things will get better, because we got to make this world better. So always remember that if you're really serious about living a gratitude and happy life, everything is the way you think, the way you feel. And, even though it's difficult times, I'm going to have to endure them, as we all guaranteed that we're going to have to pass that test. And he passed it. Now it's on us that we're in a crazy world, that we ought to learn how to live life at an extreme high level. Thank you. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your evening.
Espectro con eso. Hágale AirPlay otra vez. Para ver si se ve.
AirPlay.
Quítele el AirPlay. Ya, otra vez.
Sí.
¿Sí salió?
Yeah.
A ver, ahora pongo la presentación. ¿O la quito?
I think se quitó.
Oh.
I think it went off. But that's fine.
All right.
Yeah, that is okay.